What's going on? All you Kung Fu movie junkies out there, it's your boy Fat Samurai Guy back again with a Blu-ray review and recommendation video for you guys today. I have 3 titles to talk about briefly today, brought to us by VCI Entertainment, that's right, from the Pearl River collection. First up, we got Bruce Lee's Dynamo, yeah, baby. Now with Bruceploitation, you're either 3 of the category. You loathe it, you hate it so bad, it's a disgrace to the icon, or you love it because it's batshit insane and it's very entertaining in a bad, good bad movie way, or you're like me in the middle where, yeah, I can see what's bad about it and I can kind of cringe, but at the same time, there's a lot of entertaining, believe it or not, like actually legit entertaining Bruceploitation films out there. Whether they're batshit insane entertaining or just actually, this is a pretty good kick-ass kung fu we got going here. Which brings us to Bruce Lee's Dynamo, which I highly recommend. Here's the plot synopsis. Kung Fu idol Bruce Lee plays Lee Ting-yi, a Hong Kong taxi driver whose striking resemblance to Bruce Lee catches the eye of one of his passengers who happens to be a movie producer. Lee is quickly thrust into the limelight and becomes a star, but things grind to a halt when he is forced to fight in a fixed martial arts tournament. Yeah, I know, right? This is medium style insanity for a Bruceploitation film. Usually they get a lot more crazier than that. But yeah, we do have some special features here on the back. We have a brand new 2K restoration of the original 35mm English print. You have a bonus 2K scan from a 16mm alternate cut. It also features audio commentary by filmmaker and Kung Fu film fan Michael Worth, author of the Bruceploitation Bible. That guy's very knowledgeable. I mean, the commentary is really good. You're going to want to hear it. The next special feature is a Kung Fu Reborn featurette, and it's on the restoration and preservation of Kung Fu film elements. It's nice to see people out there going to bat to try to preserve these movies. And next up, we have Drawing Dynamo, a featurette on cover artist Ian McEwan. He's a very talented comic book artist, and you can tell from this cover, it's really good stuff here. You have a theatrical trailer to Dynamo, and if you're wondering, this is English dubbed only with an extra Spanish language track. And inside the case, you get the film on Blu-ray and DVD. A little insert here with information about the movie. So now a quick brief review of the actual movie. Again, very entertaining for a Bruceploitation flick. And ups and downs. Downs, a lot of the business talk, a lot of meetings, a lot of, behind the scenes treachery, stuff like that. People trying to outdo each other and frame each other, stuff like that. That you might check out a little bit every time that comes on screen because you want to just get to the fighting and the martial arts and all that. So you might want to check. You might check out a little bit like, let's get to the next fight, But the highlight for me of the film is the connection between one of my favorite character actors of all time, Ku Feng. I love this guy's work, especially during the Shaw Brothers era of his career. He's just amazing. He could play anything. He could play an intimidating villain. He could play the lovable uncle. Like, he can play everything. Every time he's on screen, I love seeing Ku Feng there. He plays Bruce Lee's martial arts teacher in the film, and their dynamic and relationship is one of the best parts of this movie. And one of my favorite parts about the movie is they're always trying to outdo each other and hit each other whenever. So they'll be sitting down drinking tea, and then Bruce Lee will try to hit him, and then Ku Feng will try to hit him back later while they're eating. It's just a very fun dynamic. Another nitpick that I didn't really like about the movie is, I won't spoil anything, but something major happens during the third act of the film, and Ku Feng's character just leaves. He just leaves. I get it. He's a little bit of an alcoholic, and he's there for money to train Bruce Lee's character. But at the same time, over the course of the movie, they did develop some kind of friendship and relationship and respect, mutual respect between each other. So when something major happens to Bruce Lee's character's, girlfriend, Ku Feng's character, I expected him to go rescue her or something like that, but he just bounces. He just puts on the suit. He's like, "Hey, there's nothing I can do for you, buddy. Sorry," and he just walks out. And I was just kind of like, I don't know. That was kind of a downer for me. But other than that, really enjoyed the fight choreography, and the fights are very well done. So if you're a Bruceploitation fan, highly recommend Dynamo. Again, from the Pearl River collection brought to us by VCI Entertainment. And this set features 2 Blu-rays on 2 films. You have the Awaken Punch, aka Fury of the Black Belt, and also featuring the Prodigal Boxer, aka Kung Fu Punch of Death. And both of these movies have a 4K remaster, and they both look really good. I mean, phenomenal. Making the 2K remaster on this look like some up-converted DVD. All right, first up, let's talk about the Awaken Punch. Here's the plot synopsis. Chung is a reformed professional fighter who has to hide his identity and take revenge on black and white fan after they murder his family. Old school classic kung fu cinema, especially when it's revenge kung fu cinema. Never gonna get old. Never gonna get old for the old samurai guy. One of the things that stood out for me for the Awaken Punch was it definitely had a big boss, Bruce Lee's big boss vibe to it, where you have this badass martial arts action hero who kind of represses his fighting ability and refuses not to fight because of a promise he's made to a relative. Until, of course, shit hits the fan. And man, woof, I'm not going to say exactly what happened in detail, but damn, it didn't go too well for his family. But that's great, though, because that affects the viewer. You want to see these villains get fucked up. And one of my favorite moments of the film is after our hero finds out what happened to his family, he goes in kind of a little mini rage and starts kicking and knocking and chopping trees down, punching through tombstones. And man, what a fun, kick-ass finale we had, man. I'm talking arm breaking, throat stabbing, head bashing, skull crushing, spear stabbing, knife throwing, badassity. So yeah, overall, again, Awaken Punch is great stuff. And now, next up, the Prodigal Boxer, we're going to talk about that, which I feel, in my opinion, is, as an overall movie watching experience, is the better of the two. But yeah, let's talk about the Prodigal Boxer. A gifted but proud young martial arts student injures and accidentally kills an opponent. In retaliation, his father is killed, and the young student vows revenge and begins to prepare for his epic face-off. This stars martial art movie favorites Mang Fei as Fong Se-yuk, of course, a character famously played by Jet Li and Alexander Fusheng, and also starring one of my favorites of all time, Yasuraki Kurata, man. And it's funny, throughout the movie, I was thinking about Jet Li's Fong Se-yuk films because of his relationship he had with his martial arts mother and the shenanigans they experienced in those 2 films from Jet Li. I was getting that vibe a little bit in here because his mother in this film, again, she wants to train him and make sure he's, improves as a martial artist and whatnot. But they have a fun back and forth relationship, which is definitely fun to watch. All right, let's talk about some of the positives and some of the negatives for this film for me. One of my favorite parts of the movie is you have this great scene transition sequence with Fong Se-yuk out with his friends, and he's kind of being a heroic kind of asshole. He's kind of cocky, but he's kind of out there and doing the right thing, trying to help people while he's out there laughing and getting to bar brawls and being a hero. At the same time, we have these back and forth scene transitions between that and his mother and father getting attacked by the main villains of the film, wanting revenge for who Fong Se-yuk accidentally kind of killed at the beginning of the movie. So you go back and forth to like lighthearted romp to, oh my God, this is like they're getting fucked up. Holy shit. Another one of my favorite scenes is Fong Se-yuk just showing up to the school earlier in the movie. And of course the main villains aren't there, lucky for him. And he just takes out the whole school by himself. He just goes in there, takes out the entire school and just bounces and just walks out. That's good shit. And of course, you have the badasses, the 2 masters, showing up and then basically teaching him a lesson. It does not go well. They beat the shit out of him. And of course, him not listening to his mother, she has to nurse him back to health, especially with his brand new girlfriend, nurses him back to health, and she starts training him to become a more complete, overall better fighter, able to handle multiple enemies at the same time. And do you think, okay, well, that's where everything's going to go well, and then he's going to learn the new style and learn how to defeat our main 2 villains, and then he fights them and beats them and saves the day. But The one negative for this movie is he still, after that first beatdown, that should have been enough. But he goes off to fight. He doesn't listen to his mom again. He goes off to fight them again, and then again gets his ass kicked. And it's just like, dude, I mean, the first lesson was enough. I don't think you needed a second lesson. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then he finally gives over. He takes his ego out of the equation, and then he finally learns the rest of his martial arts lesson that his mother tried to teach him. And then he is prepared, and he goes out there to get revenge. But the interesting thing was, which I didn't see coming, was you think he would be facing the 2 masters, but at the end of the movie, minor spoiler, he faces 3, and it's good shit. I'm telling you, the finale to this movie is just carnage, man. It's carnage. It just keeps going. Very entertaining. You're going to be doing that by the end of it. Very, very, very entertaining, and I really enjoyed The Prodigal Boxer for sure. And now let me briefly kind of go through the special features for both films. So again, like I said earlier, both movies 4K remastered. You get audio commentary on The Prodigal Boxer with actor-director Michael Worth and Clones cast / Cinema Bushido host Matthew Whitaker. And the commentary is very good. You're going to learn a lot. Featurette called Creative Chaos, the Basher Genre, with an interview with Michael Worth again and action choreographer John Crane. You get original theatrical trailers to both movies, newly commissioned artwork from artist Brian Meredith, and you do get some more behind-the-scenes essays, information on both movies inside the Blu-ray case. And that's it for today's video. Highly recommend both of these. What you need to do, son, what you need to do is it's time for old school classic Kung Fu movie marathon day. That's right. Pick up Dynamo, pick up the Basher box. And why don't you add this to your collection? One of my favorite old school martial arts movies of all time, also brought to you by VCI Entertainment. I also recommend The Leg Fighters, which is fucking phenomenal. So if you guys are interested in these titles or any other titles from any other genres that VCI Entertainment has available, I will leave a link in the description box below to their website for you guys to check all the badassity out for yourselves. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Keep punching.